Hey guys, I've been poking around today, like I do, looking for anything Lovecraftian, and I came across these. I don't know if anyone's ever seen them when they bring games out, like these really good games they do recently, like with the graphics and that. They look like it's almost like watching live action things. They do these things called cutscenes. Movies. They make movies almost out of them. They don't quite. They're not seamless movies. You know, you couldn't pass them off as movies, but it's basically like seeing all the stuff that happens in the game, but in a movie form. They have these scenes that connect different bits of gameplay called cutscenes. And I was scratching around for stuff today, looking like finding stuff, and I'd heard about this game called the new one, Call of Cthulhu. Now, I'm not a gamer. I haven't played games since 2003. The last game I bought, I think, in fact, lying, was 2005, and that was Revenge of the Sith on PlayStation 2, which I've still got. It's still in my house, PlayStation 2. But anyway, graphics or effects on computer games have really come a long way since then. I mean, anyone that's listened to this, which will probably just be one or two people, will know this. I'm probably living in the past a little bit, but graphics are amazing these days. And I saw this Call of Cthulhu game, and I thought, wow, you know, this looks good. So I played a little bit of it, and it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It's like some of the graphics and the effects weren't great, and the way they were talking didn't sort of sync up with how the lips were moving and stuff like that. But anyway, when I was sort of, you know, browsing YouTube with this Call of Cthulhu game, I see this, and you people may well know about this because I am well behind. I think apparently this trailer came out 4 months ago. This game that's coming out, obviously set in the Cthulhu world, you know, the mythos. It's called Sinking City. The Sinking City, sorry. But holy hell, I tell you what, I watched I think there's more than one trailer out, but this is advertised as the Sinking City Cthulhu cinematic trailer. And hell, man, it absolutely blew me socks off. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It was just like I sat there sort of like with this look on my face going, this is like everything you want out of a film. The way, I mean, if any of you have seen it, I don't know if All right, I'll tell you what, I'll run you through it. I'll run you through it like I normally do. This guy wakes up in this sort of decrepit street on these cobblestones, and he's like, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's obviously been knocked out or something. But it's this sort of this creepy town he's in. And there's all this sort of like the buildings and some of the streets and that, there's this like stuff growing, like a mold or something, or, you know, something growing up it. And it just, the atmosphere, this just the scenes create of like being watched out windows, and then these things creeping around behind you, and it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it shows you this one bit, there's someone watching him. He's sort of wandering through the street, like looking around thinking what the hell's going on, and you see someone at a window looking, and you can see they've got like their hand is on the window, and it's like a webbed hand. It's like something straight out of Dagon. And then he's walking down the street, and there's this sort of puddle, and he sees all the dead fish floundering around in this puddle. And then suddenly, something runs behind him, and I think it's like this giant. It looks like a giant spider, and that creeped the hell out of me because I don't like spiders. But yeah, he's looking down at these fish, and then suddenly they all start floating. They start up into the sky, and he looks up, and there's the ocean is in the sky. It's like, what the hell? And then he's looking at it, and it starts coming down on him. And it comes down, crashes down on him, and suddenly he's underwater. And then under the water, there's tentacles. There's massive tentacles reaching out for him, and he's trying to get to the surface. Like, just creepy as hell. And then suddenly he sort of snaps out, and he's back on land. But the atmosphere this town creates, it's reminiscent of In the Mouth of Madness, if anyone's seen that. The sort of atmosphere of the town, like Hobbs End in that film. Just the and again, like I said, Dagon, the film in the town in Dagon, just these decrepit buildings, just and also like Silent Hill. If you've seen that, just it's such an atmosphere. You could cut the atmosphere with a knife, and it's just you get that real chill from it. You know, just seeing the visuals and him wandering around the town and the sound effects and the music. And when he's back out, he comes to this, it's called the Devil Reef Hotel. And he walks toward the door, and there's this sort of like 20s music playing. And again, that fits right in to what you're seeing and the feel of it. And then he goes in the door, and you go in, and it's weird because there's obviously furniture and that dotted around. It's a bar. It's sort of like a bar. But then you notice there's furniture on the ceiling and all. And it's like, well, hold on. It's because obviously the sea was up there and it's down. And it really puts you like, it's like, I didn't know what was what. And, there's a gramophone. The music's coming from a gramophone. But when he shines a light on the gramophone, it ain't like a normal gramophone. The big sort of horn bit is like a seashell, a massive seashell. And there's this like big spider like hanging sort of, I can't tell if it's hanging from the ceiling near the bar area but I don't know if it maybe that's just me, but spiders just creep me out. I hate spiders. Oh, I can't stand them. I had a dream about a spider the other night. It was this big, like alien. It was only a normal size spider, but probably like size of a hand. But it was this big yellow, like veiny, horrible, bloody thing. It was horrible. Yeah. Anyway. Back to the thing. This spider's hanging from the ceiling. This big, like huge spider, and then he sees this. This is like straight out of the book, the Call of Cthulhu, when they're describing the statue, the ornament thing. There's an ornament of Cthulhu, but this thing, when he takes a closer look, it's breathing, and he reaches in to touch it, and suddenly the door behind him slams shut, and then there's another door straight in front of him with this pentangle, whatever the like the pagan symbol thing. It's like painted on the door in red, and it's right in front of me. It just appeared out of nowhere, and he shines his torch at it, steps forward and opens it, and we see him open it from the other side, and he pushes it open. It looks like it's just an empty sort of door in the middle of this bar, and then the camera circles round to his side, and you see through it. It's like a portal to somewhere else. It's like a street scene out of it, and you think, like, what the hell is that? Oh God. Sorry guys, I paused that for a second and I caught my words up. Yeah, and he steps out. He steps through the door into the portal, and he's back in, and he's, yeah, hold on. Oh no, he steps out into this street, and there's his dead body, or this body, He reaches down, and then he goes, "Oh no!" And you see behind him this huge tentacle comes out of the water with it opens up in like a mouth with like teeth and spikes and spines, and it's like the one out of. Has anyone seen The Mist? Oh, it's a fantastic film. The Mist. It's like that. It's like the one that takes off that. I can't remember his name in the film, but yeah. And it comes down, grabs hold of him, and the last thing you see of him is being swept back. He's pulled back into water, and he's reaching out for this body. And as he's being pulled away, this person opens their eyes and sees it, but then he's gone. And then you realise this person that's just woken up is him. Back in exactly the same situation he was when the trailer started. It's like a loop or something, a time loop. Yeah. Weird, man. Weird. Good. Very good. Yeah, and that's where the trailer sort of cuts off. But obviously this was just a trailer. Now, like I said, I'm not a gamer. I don't play games. Not because I don't like games, but I ain't got time to play games. And even if I happen to fall back into playing games, I wouldn't get anything else done. I wouldn't spend time with anyone else. You know what I mean? I know it'd suck me straight back in, and I would, like everyone else probably does, they lose so much time just sucked into this game. But yeah, anyway, what I'm looking forward to is hopefully, I can't imagine why they wouldn't, because they do with everything else, someone will make a cutscene movie out of it. I can't wait to see this. Apparently this game comes out in I think it's March, but I just can't wait to see the cutscene movie. It's just going to be so well. I hope it's going to be good. Yeah, I can't wait for it. Just everything this trailer gave us. I read some of the comments, and a lot of people just saying exactly what I'm thinking. Why the hell isn't this a proper movie? Why the hell ain't it a movie? Why haven't they done it? Again, I've said it. I know I keep saying it. You know, to all of the 2 people that are going to watch this. But why the hell don't they make movies like this? Proper movies. It's beyond belief. But you know what? This will have to do. You know, we'll just have to. I mean, well, I'm thinking games are the place you're going to find Lovecraft stuff. I know films, you don't get them very often, but I mean, there's a lot of games out. I mean, like I said, I was in search of this Call of Cthulhu game because I'd heard about it, and then I discovered there was a game years ago apparently called I think it was Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth or something like that. I know that because that was 2006 time, I think. So the graphics or whatever, you know, they ain't going to be that good compared to what they got around now. But I had a quick little peek at that, and that looked, you know, I might have a look at that and all. But apparently there's this game called Bloodborne that is apparently, it starts out as just some gothic sort of scary gothic tale, and then halfway through the game it flips into a Lovecraft tale. So I'm going to give that a look as well. But yeah, that sounds good. But there seems to be quite a few around. Oh, there's another one. I don't know about any of these games yet, what they are, what type of games they are. But there's one called, I was doing some more reading, there's one called Sunless Sea and Moons of Madness, I think it's called. I don't know if they're the same type of game as this, but I'm going to give them a look. I can't, in fact, I'm going to do that now. But yeah, if anyone have a look at this, you know what? Hey, I might put the trailer on here because I've looked at this trailer. This trailer has been put on so many different channels that are not obviously the people that made the game. So I'm guessing it's free for all with that. So I might stick a copy on here so anyone can see it. So any of you 2 people that are listening can see it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, The Sinking City trailer's been out for a while. The game comes out in March. Cannot wait to see what someone does with a cutscene trailer on YouTube. Cannot wait. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. I'll speak to you again soon. Cheerio.